Sarah, thank you. Well, as we have been reporting, many Mainers are facing higher electricity costs this year. We are joined now in the studio by Jen Burke from the Maine Credit Union League. Jen, right now we know people are paying more for everything. Gas, groceries, heating oil. So what can we do to offset these reported rate hikes that we may be seeing in 2023?
Yeah, and the rate hikes are going to be significant on top of high inflation, grocery bills, high gas, you name it. People are feeling the pinch in their wallets. But there are some incremental steps that you can take to reduce your energy costs and hopefully reduce your monthly bill, which will be especially important next year when rates go up.
Yes, and you know, I don't know that any of those other things that we're seeing are going down at any point either. And right now it's getting colder and it's darker earlier. Right, exactly. So it's a time that maybe people increase their electricity usage, especially if you have like a holiday light display, all that good stuff. So is there anything people can do to maybe reduce their costs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first recommendation would be to weatherize your house and also take a peek at your thermostat. If you have a smart thermostat and you're not using it, it's a great way to save some energy costs. During the winter, it's a good rule of thumb to keep your house at about 68 degrees. Now, if you don't have a smart thermostat, that's okay, but you just should adjust it. So like when you're leaving for work, for example, turn it down. When you go to bed, turn it down. Right. Same thing with lights. You know, how many of us leave lights on when we go to work or even go to sleep? That's me. I will try. You know, I will admit it, but you know, you need to be thinking about the electricity you're using, especially when you're not at home. That also includes small appliances. I love power strips because think about your coffee maker and your microwave. Those run all day, especially if they have clocks on them. If you get some power strips, you can click them off when you leave and click them back on when you get home. So, you know, those are little things that you can do. Invest in LED lights. You know, they save a lot on energy usage, so they're good investments anyway. And then little things too, like when you do your dishwasher, do you run it on the dry setting?
I just do whatever normal is. I don't even think.
And chances are you do that, so that costs more energy. When you do your clothes, washing your clothes, wash them in cold. Or, you know, what can you hang to dry? Dry the bulky stuff in the dryer. But little things like that will help you save your energy. So that will help you reduce your bill.
Right, these are little things that add up to a big deal.
It's just about getting into the habit of doing these things. Once they become normal, they're not that big of a deal. Right. You know, I certainly wouldn't recommend that folks that are struggling to pay their bills to go out and buy a whole bunch of energy efficient appliances. But when you do have to replace appliances, make sure they're energy efficient. And there's great rebates that you can get on those kinds of appliances, even heating pipes. So, you know, look into what you can afford to spend when you need to spend it.
And you know, if you're having trouble and you're not able,
a lot of people are.
Yes, and you need to, you know, as you maybe need some assistance. There are programs that are available for people who need to help pay their electric bills.
There are. You know, I would encourage Mainers to look on the Maine Public Utilities Commission's website. They have great resources. There are community action agencies that can also provide support to low-income Mainers if you qualify. LIHEAP, LIAP. Those won't pay for your bills, but they'll help provide credits if you qualify. And then contact your municipal officials. There's a lot of towns and cities have general assistance funds for emergency usage, but those funds tend to run out. You know, cities and towns only appropriate so many dollars. So if you think you might need those funds, January is the time to be contacting them because once they run out, oftentimes that's it. So this is the time when people are trying to pay their bills for high heating costs, high electricity. So contact your town or your city office and see if you qualify.
Yeah, and you know, January statistically our coldest month, so it's only going to get colder.
Absolutely. So capitalize on it and see if you can get those funds before, you know, I don't know what will be available, and each city and town has their own rules, but it's worth looking into if you need assistance. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Contact even your electricity provider and see if you can work out a payment plan too.
All right, Jen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really good tips, and they're not just for today, but going forward throughout the winter. Yeah, exactly. All right, Jen, thank you so much. And now here's